The Bluescreen is one of the 3 exotics that we got to try out in the PTS with the title update 15, and I gotta tell you that it's hands down one of my favorite weapons in the entire game, until now at least. I love the fact that it pretty much is a support weapon which allows the players to adapt a support role and really feel like they're helping their team, like Scorpio does, for example. My only issue with Scorpio is that it is a shotgun, so I have to be very close to the enemies. Meanwhile, the LMG, the Bluescreen, allows me to keep my distance while at the same time benefit pretty much the entire group from having me in their team and help them clear content. For those of you who don't know what the Bluescreen does, let's jump right into it. So as you can see here, it has the first very important part of this. It has damage targets out of cover as one of its 2 core attributes, and the third attribute, it's damage to armor, which pretty much means that it allows you to go with full maxed out damage targets out of cover and damage to armor build, while at the same time you adopt a support build. So you will be a support, but at the same time you will have some increased weapon damage because of those stats. Moving on to the talent is where things start to get really interesting. The talent is called Disruptor Rounds. Shooting an enemy marks that enemy and adds a stack to the agent up to a count of 50. Shooting a marked enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the agent. When you deploy a non-shield skill, remove all stacks on agent and all marked targets trigger an effect. And that effect changes depending on how many stacks you have. 1 to 10 stacks, you're gonna pulse the marked targets for 5 seconds. If you have 11 to 25 stacks, you're gonna pulse and disrupt the enemies again for 5 seconds. 26 to 49 stacks, you're gonna pulse, disrupt and disorientate the marked targets again for 5 seconds. And then at 50 stacks, you pulse, disrupt and disorientate marked targets and all hostiles within 10 meters of the marked targets for 5 seconds. This effect will trigger immediately if any marked enemy is killed. Now, a couple of notes here. First of all, the way this is phrased, this effect will trigger immediately if any marked enemy is killed, makes me believe that it will be triggered, the effect will be triggered even if that marked enemy dies from somebody else and not me. Another important thing is that it doesn't mention a timer or a duration of the stacks that you have. How long can you maintain those stacks if you don't shoot at somebody? This is not mentioned in here. Another important thing to remember is that while I was testing this, and even though the developers claimed that the talent, the Disruptor Rounds, has been fixed because it was bugged during phase 2 and sometimes it wouldn't proc, in phase 3 it was supposed to be fixed, but it's still bugged. So while I was testing it, sometimes it was working, some others it wasn't working. Maybe sometimes it would work, but the status effect will not show up above the enemy head, so to say, when it proc. So I didn't really know what was happening because I was seeing the enemies get pulsed, but I wasn't seeing, get the little icons of them being disrupted or all those kind of things, right? So I don't really know what exactly is wrong over there, but overall, when this gun works as it should, it gives support players actually a great time, in my opinion, because until now, if you didn't really like the Scorpio, if you didn't like shotguns, you didn't have a 100% support weapon, so to say. This is it right over here. This feels great. I wasn't able to try it out as much as I would like, simply because the PTS phase 3 was very, very buggy. People were crashing, people were getting disconnected. So I got just one match, as you can see in the background, with the Disruptor on countdown with 2 more people. And as you can see, I'm not really great at using it yet, because there were some times in that gameplay where I wish I would have kept my stacks and then proc the talent, so to say, by dropping down a skill, because more enemies came out the door and it could have been better, blah blah blah. Of course, I'm using it with a true Patriot build, not because I think that this is the best option or anything like that, just because I want to put 100% support build together and then try that out. And I can say that I was very happy actually with the results. I had a very fun time. I think my team benefited from me using it, and I definitely cannot wait to, you know, have this weapon come to the full game, go farm for it, get on my builds and start you know, creating builds with it, because it's a really nice and fun weapon to play with. It's also considered very balanced in my opinion, simply because the 5 seconds that you have on your talent when it happens, it's not that game breaking, and you cannot really spam it, simply because if you go, I'm pretty sure that there will be builds out there that have a very low skill haste, very high skill haste, excuse me, so the skill cooldowns are going to be very low, and you will have people running around spamming their status effects and their skills in order to keep the enemies, you know, under crowd control or whatever. But if you want to go for an all-around balanced build with, you know, actual support stats on it, like the true Patriot, for example, right? Or if you want to go tanky and have this LMG and take all the damage, while at the same time you do, you know, offer the crowd control effect to your teammates because of the talents and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that it will be that easy to make a build which will have your skill downs less than, I don't know, 15 seconds or something. And keep in mind that in order to get the 50 stacks, in order to use the talent to its maximum, you're still gonna need some time, not just the cooldown of your skills, because even if you get your skills on a 10 seconds or 15 seconds cooldown, it's not guaranteed that you will have your 50 stacks, or that you will have marked all the targets you want in order to proc it and to abuse it, so to say. So yeah, overall, by far my favorite exotic. I really liked it and enjoyed it. Hopefully they will not change it, and hopefully they will fix the talent by the time that it comes to the full game with title update 15. Let me know down below in the seconds if you guys tried it out. If you did you like it? Did you not like it? Why? And if you didn't try it and you just watch it now for the first time, or watch it from some other videos for the very first time, tell me down below your thoughts. I would really appreciate it. Now onto something completely off topic when it comes to Division 2. I want to thank every single one of you who has supported me the last, I don't know, 45 days. I've seen my channel grow much faster compared to how it used to grow. I really appreciate it. The views are crazy, the subscribers, the new subscribers coming in every day, it's unbelievable. I really appreciate it. It's a growth that I wasn't, you know, I've never had before, growing in such a fast pace. Especially April was by far my best month. I really appreciate it, and I really thank you guys. It means a lot to me, and I just want to say how grateful I am and thankful for all your support, every single comment, even the ones that, you know, are a little toxic or whatever. I really thank you. It means a lot to me. You have no idea how much I invest in this and how much it means to me. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.